Welcome to another episode of Mike and the Triple G. Thank you so much for coming out here and joining me today. I really appreciate it. Now, you always hear me say bus life isn't easy, but it is worth it. Well, we're not looking at bus life specific. We're looking at just living off grid, being self-sufficient. Now, we're going to talk to Dan and Rebecca today. They have a great story, by the way. You've always heard the story of, oh, well, it has mice and I had to get in there and clean it out. This goes way beyond. We're talking bunny suits, respirators, the whole 9 yards. It's really kind of interesting. But what I'm getting at here is that they have a dream and there's some challenges that they really got to get through in order to have that dream. And they're doing it. And that's really what it's all about. So let's cut right into it, okay? Let's go talk to Dan and Rebecca. All right, so we're here at the Tiny Home Festival. What's your names? I hear you're Nomads.
I'm Dan, and this is Rebecca. I go by Inside of the Ages on YouTube.
Excellent.
Got some videos for some of the stuff I've done on there, so you can see.
Excellent. All right, we'll check that out. Now, you guys are full-time nomads, or?
Right now we're parked on somebody's ranch and just doing. We've got electric and a well.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I work there, so I help caretake for the animals, the horses.
Perfect.
And I teach. So
cool. All right.
Yeah, but I bought some property where our big vision is to build on that property. So as soon as we can get the funding together to have a well out there and a solar option, then we're going to move out there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So now you were telling me a little story about what you're redoing. Let's get into that a little bit.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
We bought a '97 Alumilite fifth wheel, and I thought it'd be a good idea to get that because it's lighter and aluminum. We'd have to deal with corrosion. It was sitting on somebody's land up in the mountains. Had a little bit of what do you call it? Mice and rat infestation.
Mm-hmm.
We thought it was kind of mild, but once we got it, we bought it for what, 1,800?
1,800.
Towed it to our place and just started ripping and cleaning, and
the more we dug, the more we found.
Yeah.
Really?
Basically.
I will say, I will go on record as saying that I was very hesitant because I had a feeling there was more than met the eye with the rat problem.
The price was good.
The price was good.
Yeah, so we spent a couple months basically completely stripping it down to aluminum, pulled all the insulation out, all the walls out, vacuumed everything out, bleached everything, and then just started kind of putting it together piece by piece.
Yeah, I'd say the hardest part was the destruction part, tearing it down and cleaning it out and getting it down to something that was workable that we could build back up into something that was livable and sanitary. But
So I mean, this was really infested then.
very,
Yeah.
every square inch.
Really?
Everything we
Tell me a
took
little
out.
bit about that.
Yeah, so we got into the bunny suits. We had gloves and masks, respirators. Basically just going in there with scrub brushes, and I got one of the pressurized tanks for spraying water and just put bleach solution in there.
Yeah.
Bleached everything down, scrubbed everything down.
We even had to tear out the underbelly, pull out everything
Yep.
from underneath, and get under there on our backs and spray it and scrub it. And
Completely redid the underbelly.
it was everywhere.
A lot of learning experience. But we battled between whether or not we'd buy something we could live in right away or something that we could get and sort of make it our own.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you always underestimate how much you're going to end up needing to spend when you start the project. So big on that point is that if I had to do it again, probably really getting into a budget before we started would be helpful. But the situation we were in, we didn't really have a lot of money to spend all at once. So basically, paycheck by paycheck, we're putting a little bit in here and there.
Took some out of my retirement and
Mhm.
have to pay taxes on that still, but it was
Mhm.
worth it. Now we don't have to pay rent. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
it's nice.
So what kind of made you get into this whole lifestyle? Like, what was that leap of faith that you took that you were just like, all right, this is what we're doing?
For a while, we were looking for land.
Okay.
And we wanted to be off grid, and we wanted to do things that involved teaching people to learn to take care of themselves, self-sustain. And in looking for land, we started realizing we wanted to live on it too. And the idea of financing and going through the steps and the financial burden of trying to build a house from the ground up while maintaining another household is something that's left only to a certain tax bracket of people that can do that.
Right.
So that meant our only option was to downsize and build something that would help us save money and be able to be self-sustaining. So
Yeah, just getting to that point where we're self-sustaining is really important. You know, there's rent is too much, mortgage is too much. Mortgage literally translates to death deal. So it's sort of like I just don't want to fall for that again.
It kind of feels like pouring your money down a disposal, and you want to be able to build something that means something to you and maybe the generations after you that you can pass it on to. And they can be able to build onto it and make it their own as well.
Absolutely.
And, you know, be unique.
It's nice to own something.
Yeah, it is.
Know, and you
really
own something no one else could own. So it's
right.
Us too, I guess.
And you've got a house no matter where you go, and what happens in your life, you have shelter. And
Absolutely.
That's priceless.
Absolutely.
So,
well, so are you guys like building things normally? Is that like a passion of yours, or did this whole thing come up with getting the fifth wheel?
I like to do that kind of stuff. I mean, I enjoy carpentry and anything that involves me needing to buy a new tool. So, you know.
And I love him telling me how to use new tools. So.
Yeah.
Well, we met and started dating, and both of our ideas kind of seemed like they weren't exactly in line, but the more we talked, the more we realized that it was more of filling in the gaps for the other person's missing parts.
Yep.
So it kind of was more of a cohesive picture instead of just an identical picture.
Yep.
And so that helped us to like put together an image and a vision that we decided to go for and aim towards.
Awesome.
And I'd say my biggest piece of advice in that area would be to keep an open mind, not just financially, but also in terms of vision, and be able to roll with the punches and change as you need to, and change as you change.
Yeah.
And to keep your eye on the prize and aim towards something, but to be able to adapt it so that you can get there in a way that makes more sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cool. Well, I really appreciate the interview, guys.
Yep.
And and where can they find you again?
Inside of the Ages on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I am equinezen_, and then a lot of the videos that I took of the RV, I haven't posted a lot of them, but the ones I have posted are on New to Me RV. So I need to update that. That'll give me a reason to get fire under me and get that done. But
all right.
There's a lot of videos on there about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See what I mean? Bunny suits, respirators, and bleach. So, you know, they ripped everything out. They even did the underbelly and cleaned that all out as well. It sounds like there was a lot of work to be done there. But in the end, they're going to have someplace that's completely livable. And they got their own land they're going to have. And they're going to build not only something for themselves, but something for their family in the future. And that's really, really important. It's like building a legacy, you know. And this lifestyle gives you the ability to really take your dreams and go for it. But there are challenges, as you can see. There are challenges, and don't let those challenges stop you from obtaining the goals that you really, really want. So kudos to them, and I can't wait to check in on them later sometime and see how things are going. So anyways, thank you for watching today. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really, really, really helps out the channel. Till next time, bus life isn't easy, but it is worth it.